Hi, this is Darren Lyle again. I'm still working on my convenience store project here. I feel like I might be able to kind of begin making these a little bit more permanent, a little bit more like this thing. I think I may work on this today. So, what I've done so far, you can see out here, is I've kind of blocked it in so far. You know what? This thing right over here, we need another one over here. There we go. So what I'm doing is really just blocking things in with primitives and then going in and adding the detail to each of the pieces. At least that's the plan. And I was at a gas station just yesterday and I noticed something. I'm going to hit B and border select all of this, deselect this, and let me wait. There we go. And what I saw there was that the whole building was on top of these. Like there was a curb or a like just a curb up to the building. So I think I want to do that. So I think what I'll do maybe is go to wireframe. It didn't look like I got all the pieces in here. Let me try this again. There we go. And now what I want to do is just raise it up just a little bit and put some sort of a curb underneath it there. So G and Z and move that up just a bit. Oh, but I think I have a floor in there too, don't I? Yeah, let me grab that. There we go. And let me just pull this up. Forgot to turn on these. And I don't need, where's that? There we go. There it is. I don't need that. Okay. So I've pulled the whole building up now. Now what I can do is, I think it just needs to be this height. So let me just pull it over. So it really just needs to be like this. Let's try this. So once again, if I grab all of these things, like so, and bring it down, so it sits on that. So that's how high the building is supposed to be off the ground. Okay. So I could probably just use this same thing. Let's try it. I am going to go up here to the top view. And what I can do, well, let's move this over here and move that up like that. And then what if I tabbed into edit mode and just did this? Is that even going to work? Sure, why not? All right, now I'll drag those over here, and there we have. Oops, I missed. Let me grab these all the way up there. Now, like that. Let's try that. Huh. Is that actually going to work? Yeah, I think so. All right, let me press. There we go. Now I can run around here. And there's the curb that I just put on. And go up and into here. Okay. Yeah, so I think that'll work. All right, so the next thing I want to do, as I said, is maybe work on one of these. So it really needs to be, I feel like, about this wide, and it looks about like that's how wide this is here, and about how tall this maybe comes up a little taller there. So yeah, so this is kind of what I'm after. And then I can put the displays up here and on the sides. All right, let me I haven't gone over to the chat yet to see what's going on there, or if I even can access it. Let's do that. While that's going on, what did I put on this layer? What's here? Oh, that's the cash register. Okay, let's move that over. There we go. So now here on layer 2, I'll work on this piece here. I'm just going to, well, I'll duplicate it, and then I'll move it over to layer 2, and that will allow me to kind of have a template of it. But you know what? I'm really going to want it to be in the center of the grid. So let me find the chat here before I go any further. There we go. Let's see if I can find it. What I can do is I could put the cursor down here. Let's move that to the selected face, and then let's move the origin to the 3D cursor, and then let's move the cursor to the center of the grid, and then let's move the selected object to the cursor. There. Bang. Now we got it. Okay. So there it is. Hey everybody. How you doing? So I'm working on this thing right here, or at least going to try. So first of all, I can't really see how thick the inside of it is, but that's okay. We'll just kind of wing it here. I'm going to bring this in, so we'll just say that the inside panel there is something like that. Let's give that a try. The front panel, you know what I should have done? Let me do this. Let me duplicate this, and I'm going to bring this, reduce the size of this so that this will be the front part right up here. That piece right there. And let me bring that in like this. Maybe it's about that thick. And let's bring that up about like that. So, okay. Now let's get that center piece in. Let's scale this in. Maybe it's about like that, let's say. And also maybe I'll bring that up just a little bit higher like this. Okay. So there we've got the basics there. I don't know why, but I feel that needs to be a little bit wider now. So we've got 3 shelves here, these little braces, and a shelf down here. I don't know if that we're ever going to see underneath the shelves, so I may not need to even bother with the things underneath, but let's just see. So a new cube. Well, actually, you know what I could do? Let's just duplicate this, spin it on the RX90, spin it on the X, scale it in the Z to get it a little bit thinner. Nope. Oh, no. Let's try S and Y. There we go. Then let's get this out. So if we move it up to here, let's say, yeah, okay. There we go. It does stick out just a bit there on the sides, so that's fine. Okay. Duplicate. Take it down to maybe here. let's get them. There we go. So now this part down here, let me just grab this. No, I'm going to create a whole new cube for this because, yeah, let's get this in place. I'm going to bring this up. Whoa. Let's try this. So if I bring that up to there, scale it in. Now let's scale this out. Okay, so now I can grab that and pull it forwards because it too comes out just a little bit beyond here. And it's a little bit pushed up underneath here. There's an area where probably some sort of feet are right in here. Okay. Now let's take a look at the wrong way. Take a look at the spacing here. I kind of feel like this can come up. Kind of like this. All right. There's that. Now this can probably just come straight through, can't it? Let's just bring this straight through. Like that. And these can be scaled out just a bit, brought into there, and then duplicated and moved over here. Okay, so there we've got the basics of the shelves. Do I want those things? See, the thing is, I feel like I kind of need the things down here. I may not need all of these parts, but I feel like I need these, that you just might see those underneath and over here. So I've got to create them here. So why not just then use them over there? Okay. That'll work. So I'll just grab one of these, duplicate it, move it, spin it in the Z-axis, move it out to here. Are those as wide as those? Probably not. Because, yeah, let's go like that. Let's scale this in. So it's just almost as wide as this. Something like that. Does that feel about right? No, it needs to be in S and Y. It needs to be in farther like this. Maybe a little bit farther. Okay. So there we go. And it looks like they're on the same level as these. I mean, you could, I guess they could put them wherever they wanted. I guess it's no big deal if it isn't. But let's just put these here. Like that. Okay. Now it doesn't have an end piece down on the other side. Is that okay? I feel like it would have an end piece down there. Not sure. Let's go ahead and put one on, and we'll see how it works once we get all the products on there. So it may have an end piece that doesn't have these things here. Okay. All right. So, hey, look at that. It's beginning to look like a convenience store. I do think I need to grab one of these and just move it down and place it kind of in there. Let me scale that out just a hair like that. Maybe scale this in just a hair like that. All right. I could go ahead and add the material to this. And materials. Okay. So now we've got that basic layout. We need the little braces. So, hello everyone. I'm sorry. I get going on the modeling and I forget to look over. When are we going to have the latest BlendRig tutorials by you? Well, see, I did a tutorial for lynda.com, or a course for them, and some time ago, and they have it. I mean, that's when I do a course for them. You know, the contracts says it can only be viewed there, right? So I can't really take that and move it. And since I've already done a course, I'm not really in the mood to go back and do another one for everybody else. So that's why I haven't done anything on my website or YouTube or Udemy, simply because I already did one and it was kind of a slog. So I'm not interested in doing it anytime soon, but it is a great system if you're planning on doing an animation in Blender. You can't use it in Unity or Unreal, but it's a great one if you are going to animate in Blender. Okay, let's see. What else? These things right here. I guess we just begin with the polygon plane would be easiest. Why don't I do that? And let's do this. And I'll just come up here like that. And maybe I'll go from the top view here. All right, so now it looks to me like we could just put an edge loop here, take that, and extrude it that way. I don't know, something like this. Looks about right, but it feels like this goes down like that. That doesn't feel right either. This, like this, something like that. Okay, so now what I can do is take this, add a solidify modifier to it real quick. Before I do that, let me do rotation and scale, apply those. Solidify modifier, even thickness, and then thickness here, sound like that. Let's try this. There we go. And then if we apply that, well, let's see how it looks. Okay, so if we apply that there, then take that edge and maybe this edge and do them all at the same time. Let's try. Why not? And then bevel, Control B, pull that out like this. And let's add a few segments like that. Sure. Okay, so that's pretty good. Although I'm not sold. Maybe I could just take these and move them up like that. Let's try that. Yeah, okay. A brace. Let's do RX90. Let's bring back the rest of the thing, and let's put it in place. See how it works. That. Scale it down. Let's go this way, like that. Scale it in. So is it like that? Do they... something like this? Let's see. What if I take these and just move them back into here like this? Maybe like that. Okay. And let's put it right on the end there. There we go. Now, it's in this kind of grid area here. So, what I could do for that... I almost feel like this is too thick. Like that needs to be like that now. Let's try this. Okay, and then now let's take this and I want to scale it in, and then let's see. You know, that's not straight down the middle, is it? No, it's not. What if I put the origin back to the center of the geometry here? No, it already is. So let's put that right on the here, which means that all of this is off. I see, okay. Something like that. Okay, so I think what I'll do is just take this face and scale, extrude, scale it in just a smidge, scale it in the X, extrude it again, pull it out in the Y, and then do I have it? Let me pull it out just a little bit more, like that, and then extrude. Is this going to work? I don't know. Let's pull this out. This. Nope. No, no, no. What happened? I didn't do that right. Let me go back. This is where I need to go out. And then, I don't know if this is going to work. I think I did this wrong. Ah! Did I do it right? Kinda. I think I did. All right. And let's add that there at the end. Okay. So that's just a little, this little thing on the end. And to get it over to the other side, what I really should do is cut this puppy in half, if you know what I mean. Let's like this. Get this off of there. And then let's just mirror it over to the other side. See if that'll work. It didn't work because my guess is the rotation and scale. No. Oh, it's the Y, because I want it in the Y. There we go. That'll do it. Okay. So there you go. There's that. Now I should be able to take this, move it, Grab this little guy, and let's move him over there. Right? And there we go. All right, so now that whole piece now can be duplicated over. Right? I mean, duplicated for these other ones down here. We can get rid of those. Take these, join them, and oh my, that's not right. There we go. And then just bring these down like this. Like that. Okay. And it looks like one more all the way down on the bottom. Okay. Right there. Okay. So we need to move this one over as well. I guess I just duplicate it and move it. Let's just do that. And like that. Let's try that. All right, let's see how we're doing here. This one isn't wide enough, so it seems like one side is wider than the other, and that's not good. Although it may not really matter in the end. You're probably only ever going to see one side of one of these things. Okay. There we go. So we're getting there. Not too bad. So for these, is it possible now to just duplicate this, put it over here, and then expand it so it's the right size? It's possible. Why don't we try? So if we go to the top view, it's not going to be wide as this, which now I'm thinking was a mistake. I guess these are as wide because all the brackets would be the same width, wouldn't they? Dang it. Well, then I'll just use one of these. I'll just grab one of these out of here. So here we go. Grab that with the L key. Duplicate. Let's move it aside. There we go. Let's now split it out so it's its own object. RZ90. Yep, there we go. And let's put it underneath here. Let me move the origin to the geometry. And let's put it under here and see how big it ends up needing to be. Okay, so that's quite a bit smaller than the ones under here. Well, so do I increase the size of the whole thing or just the end? I think just the end. Let's try that. Maybe like this. There. And then just move that out to there. Well, that kind of works. Like that. Okay. That kind of works. So let's go ahead and go with that. So if we had these, maybe they would be, maybe they would begin right down here at the end. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Let's try that. Let's put another one on the end. Another one in the middle. Between the two. Between the two. Let's just go with that. See how that works. Yeah. Okay. So now I just need to put those all on every other shelf. So I think this may end up being a lot of duplication, you know, a lot of, once you get one thing done, like a product or a display, you're just going to duplicate it again and again around the room. So it may not end up being too difficult, just kind of tedious. So we can put all of these down here, like that. Yeah, so maybe you would see that underneath there. So that's probably a good idea, because there could be a camera angle where they're kind of like that. So that's probably a good thing to have them under there. Now for the other side, I should have kept them all selected. Well, let's see. What can I do to make this easy on myself? Too late, right? Let's see. How about if I take this? No. I want to... No. I'm just trying to figure out how to make this easier on myself, because I've got to duplicate this on the other side. What if I took these? Okay. And then these. Nope. Nope. Oh, come on. Really? Really? There. Okay. So let's take well, I really want to deselect those. There we go. And then duplicate. Let's duplicate. Let's just make this whole thing. I'm going to make it all an object. Control J. No. Can't do that. Okay. How about that? Control J. There we go. Then I want to put the origin to the 3D cursor. Then I want to grab all of these, get rid of these, and I'll grab that. Duplicate. RZ9, we're going to want 180. RZ180. And there you go. Right? Okay. Well, look at that. That is a display thingy. One of the most... It's not an exciting thing to have to model, but it is a necessary thing. So what I'm going to do now is take all of this, and I will turn on wire for all of that. I better apply the mirror modifier here. Let's do that. And then I do think I'm going to go ahead and join everything together, Control J, and then move the origin to the 3D cursor in the center of the grid there. Now let's go back here, and let's put it in place and see how it looks. So it's going to be here. right? Let's get rid of this one. And let's put it in place there. So maybe about like this. And then I could just go ahead and duplicate it and put it on the other ones. Let's do that. Here. Here. And here. All right, let's get rid of these. Okay, so we got those now. Hey, look at that. So let's go in and take a look. Run around here. There we go. Let's go take a look. Nope. And here we go. A problem is that they're too low because it's up on a curb, right? That's right. So we got to deal with that. Let me select all of them. We brought everything up on top of that curb, so we got to bring those up as well. Right up here. See how that works. Okay. Here we go. Walking in to the convenience store. Looking around. Okay, so that's where all the products are going to go. Now I got to make all the damn products. But really, I mean, you make one and then you duplicate it and maybe change a label or two. You know, you make one bottle, one cereal box, one can, and you UV it, and then you just put different materials on it with different, you know, textures, and then you just duplicate those around. So it's kind of tedious, but it wouldn't be too bad, I don't think. Okay, so there we've got displays or product things in our store. Cool. Okay. Oh, that's a nice way to do it. Slate Machine says place an empty at the center point, then use a mirror modifier and use the empty as the mirror object. Sure, you can do that. That's a good point. Damn nice beard. Well, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Thank you for all the tutorials. You are so welcome. How many cubes do you expect to create in this scene? At least 3 million. Yes. This is just a lot of cubes. And that's the problem with the real world. It's all cubes. So let's take a look at some reference images and see what else. Oh, you know what I was going to do too? I wanted to, for the outside, I wanted to block in these things up here and that brace right in there. So let me just do that real quick. And once again, yes, more cubes. But that's the way it works. Cursor to selected and cube. Look at that. Hey, it's almost the right size. Nice. Let me frame this up here. Now, to get, so it looks like 3 on either side and a beam down the middle. All right. I can do that. How big do we want these to be? About like that, let's say. And then what I'll do is just grab this, extrude, scale, extrude, here, and like that. There we go. A light. And we don't need that there because we're never going to see it. Okay, so now up to the top view. And we just need to put these in place right around and run there. One right here. Right in here, let's say. And then duplicate here. Okay. So that's those there. We can give them the material that says, I'm done with you, at least for now. Okay. And a beam. We just need a beam. And I think all we need is just, I don't know, I can just, you know what? It kind of goes up in there. There's a little ridge there. So how do I want to do that? I can just, oh, I don't know. I guess I could select this thing, select that face, extrude it, scale it in just slightly. Like so. And then I'll just grab these and extrude these straight down like this. Like that. So yeah. Just a little bit of a... looks like I got off there, doesn't it? That's not good. Let's try that again. Something went wrong there. Let's try next E and then Z. Maybe I didn't... Oh, I did hit the Z, but look, it's not staying... Huh. It didn't stay in the Z axis. Okay. Well, that's okay. We can make it work. And then I'll just take this, duplicate, move it, set origin to geometry, RY90, drag it up here, and let's just scale this out. There we go. Put that right in there. And then we can move this right up into here like this. There we go. There we go. Okay. So we've got those now. All right. What more do I need to do inside? I mean, I need to do everything inside there, but what more? What should I start on next? I wonder. They've got a lot of... I don't want to begin on the products quite yet. We've got like an ice cream thing here. And I'm going to have to get some images of these coolers here. But see all the products. I mean, look at this. Oh, man. What have I done? What have I done? I'm going to have to do all of that. All right. Let me look at the counter here. Let's see what kind of things there are here. Yeah, see, there are going to be little canisters of things, little display of cigarette things and gum. So it looks like I could create a new or a shelving unit below the counter there. Do I have that in that other image, I wonder? So I think I'm going to have to go through and just kind of make a spreadsheet or something that kind of just makes... Let me go this. Oh, that's pretty blurry, I guess. Yeah. So I think I'm going to have to go through and figure out what needs to be done here. Do I want to begin on the products? Because there really isn't a whole lot more. I mean, there are these coolers. I think maybe I'll look for images of the coolers, a magazine rack. But ultimately, I think I'm going to need to begin on the products. So that may be coming up next. All right. Well, I think I'm going to have to head out for the day. Thank you for, hanging out and joining me here. I appreciate it. And, it looks like before I leave, it looks like I just need to duplicate this. It looks like I pulled that out and didn't. There we go. I pulled that out to put it under the building. All right. Well, thanks again, and I will see you soon. Well, take care.